Yay. It's this Lex. It's Astro Bomba Cloud America. More breaking news. America. This Diddy situation. They said, Diddy officially got arrested yesterday night, and word on the street is one of them arresting agents almost slipped on some Astroglide because they found over 1,000 bottles of lube during the search at Diddy's house. America, this is wild, son. They found the freak off files. They said they got footage, pictures, videos, thousands of bottles of lube. And check this out, America. They said that after the freak offs, the FO, Diddy would get IV fluid sent in. Imagine being so freaked out. You know the freak offs could stand for freak out too. The hip hop industry is freaked out and tweaked out because they all geeked out. Allegedly, the freak offs lasted days. Days of Diddy sitting in the corner, booling on the couch, whacking off with the Astroglide on deck. America, this is horrendous. Oh my God. Hip hop, this is how we getting down. America, is this when the freak off files get released? I gotta keep asking. Diddy reportedly sent in a bond package. Bomba clot, man. This guy is relentless. This bond package was co-signed by Sean Combs, his mother, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughters, and his 3 adult sons, according to this docket. And they're securing this with the equity in his residence located at 2 West Star Island. And he paid off the house. He owed about $18 million on the mortgage. He paid it off. And the appraised value of the home is at $48 million. So he's putting up the freak off, tweak off headquarters up for Collateral. America, they got the freak off files. And the reporters also mentioned that a few people were complicit in this quote-unquote criminal enterprise. And here's a question that I have, y'all. Will Diddy eat cheese? Is there anybody that was around Diddy that'll make him eat cheese? Will he eat it? America, I want to roll this clip. America, peep this.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim in a Los Angeles hotel when the victim was attempting to flee. As alleged, these assaults often resulted in injuries to the victims, which took days or weeks to heal. In addition to the violence, The indictment alleges that Combs threatened and coerced victims to get them to participate in the freak-offs. He used the embarrassing and sensitive recordings he made of the freak-offs as collateral against the victims. And the indictment alleges that he maintained control over the victims in several ways, including by giving them drugs, by giving and threatening to take away financial support or housing, by promising them career opportunities, by monitoring their whereabouts, and even by dictating their physical appearance. Because of all of this, the indictment alleges that the victims did not believe they could refuse Combs without risking their security or facing more abuse. The indictment also alleges other acts of violence undertaken by Combs and others, including violence against witnesses to his abuse, kidnapping, and arson. The indictment alleges that on more than one occasion, Combs carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten victims and witnesses. Now, Combs did not do this all on his own. As I mentioned, Combs has been charged with RICO conspiracy. He used his business and employees of that business and other close associates to get his way. Those individuals allegedly included high-ranking supervisors in the business, personal assistants, security staff, and household staff. The indictment alleges that those individuals facilitated the freak-offs. They booked the hotel rooms and stocked them with the supplies, including drugs, baby oil, personal lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. When the hotel rooms got damaged, they helped clean it up. They arranged for victims and commercial sex workers to travel for the freak-offs, and they delivered large quantities of cash to Combs to pay for the commercial sex workers. The indictment also alleges that they helped Combs cover up his crimes. During the March 2016 incident at the LA hotel that I mentioned earlier, a member of the hotel security staff intervened, and Combs attempted to bribe the staff member with a stack of cash to make sure that what happened was kept quiet. And as the indictment alleges, in late 2023, after public allegations were made about Combs' crimes, he and others pressured witnesses and victims to stay silent, including by making phone calls to witnesses and victims and giving them a false narrative of what they had experienced. And as alleged, Combs used others to help conceal his abuse by monitoring and preventing victims from leaving a location in order to hide their injuries, or by locating and contacting a victim who had attempted to flee. As part of this investigation, in March of this year, special agents from HSI executed search warrants at Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles. They also executed a warrant for Combs' electronic devices. During those searches, agents seized evidence of the crimes charged in this indictment. They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims.
If Diddy ain't rocking with you, he could be like, hey, you know what? You know I got that tape in the vault chilling. They hid it in the dirt in Central Park. Y'all know that Diddy was in Central Park yesterday. We got exclusive footage of that. Diddy could have been like, look, we put the freak off tape in the dirt in Central Park. You got to get down, or we got to throw your name in the dockets. Diddy said he got him on camera getting the IV fluid treatment in they bean. America is the freak off empire over. So right now as we speak, Diddy is in custody. Not sure if he will get bond or bail. Now allegedly, they sent in a letter asking Mr. Combs to remain in custody, America. It looks as if Diddy could be labeled a flight risk. They're also saying that Diddy could be quote-unquote a danger to the community. They're dealing with Diddy dirty. They don't trust him. America, if you enjoying this, make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 1,000. 1,000 wow now. America. They have recordings of the freak-offs. Are there any recordings of the freak-offs? In the documents, they accuse Mr. Combs of using male S workers to engage in sexual activity with women under the influence of drugs. And here's the bombshell part of it, America. They said that some of the women were being flown around state lines. Now, I'm going to read a bit of an excerpt from these documents. Yo, Diddy, this is how you was getting down? This says, Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. PD, a.k.a. Love. They put all of his aliases in here. The defendant used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his tendencies in commercial sex. These employees included security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors. Now, right there, they make it sound like this guy has a hierarchy. He got a lower level, then he got that mid-level, then when you put in a certain amount of work, then one night you get that Diddy invite to participate in the tweak-off. The article then says, from at least in or about 2008 through on or about the date of the filing of the indictment, the defendant and others known and unknown were members and associates of a criminal organization, the Combs Enterprise or the Enterprise. Now, that word, the Enterprise, that is gonna be one of the highlighting words of this whole case. Because y'all know, like, y'all listen to the last videos we did. We've been saying the Enterprise is really the gatekeepers behind a lot of these things. Now, of course, an enterprise, that's a business term. It's a term for an entity as well. When you're doing business, oh, this person has an enterprise. You have a amalgamation of successful businesses. But this Diddy case, this is the freak-off empire enterprise now. Diddy having his multiple brand deals, etc. I mean, Diddy low-key had an enterprise. But within the enterprise, we can see what was going on.
Astrostetics.
Whoa. You tripping over the Astro God? Whoa. You tripping over the Yo, America, this situation, hip-hop is looking crazy right now. Hip-hop, this is really what you've been doing? Now, it also says, members and associates of the Combs Enterprise engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other activities, S-work, forced labor, interstate transport, prostitute, coercion, and entitlement to engage in what? Narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson? Arson? Is that from when y'all tried to blow a Kid Cudi car? Bribery and the obstruction of justice? Diddy, dang! Y'all, this is only on page 3. Now, America, this is where this thing gets absolutely wild. If you're listening to this, make sure y'all subscribe. We're almost at 1,000. This says, members and associates of the Combs Enterprise, including high-ranking supervisors, personnel, etc., and Combs business employees, they facilitated the freak-offs, amongst other things, booking hotel rooms, stocking the rooms in advance with the freak-off supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, and lighting. Yo, this dude had the lube and lighting department on deck? Yo, this guy really had a freak-off empire enterprise. He had them cleaning the hotel rooms too? After the freak-offs to try to mitigate room debt? Yo, dog. Arranging for travel for, whoa. You see, when it says arranging for travel, I want y'all sometimes to replace travel with trafficking. We could say that word, right? Arranging for travel for victims, commercial S workers, and Combs freak-offs resupplying Combs with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash to pay commercial S workers, and scheduling the delivery of IV fluids. In or about now they're talking about the raid. In or about March 2024, during searches of his residence in Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, law enforcement seized various FO supplies, including narcotics. If I'm not mistaken, narcotics is illegal. More than 1,000 bottles of BO baby oil and lubricant once again. So when they did the raids, when I was like, yo, what did they find during the raids and the freak-off files? Because that was when they really entered the dungeon. It says Combs subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse to cause the victims to engage in freak-offs. Y'all, this is where it gets wild. Because they then say that he maintained control through physical violence, promises of career opportunities. And see, here's my thing with that. We've always heard stories of the game, of the industry being a weird, wacky, whacked out place. And you gotta think, when you look at and listen to music today, something about it is missing. Something about it has been missing for like a decade and change now. Every now and then, you'll get some refreshing fire, but for the most part, this music thing is slipping and sliding everywhere, just like the freak-offs with the baby oil and the lube. The music is horrible, and a lot of artists lost their primordial love and fire for music. But I believe that it's because of a lot of things like this. Things that just drain people. You think you going to the studio to record some music, but little do you know, you going to the freak off dungeon, and then you are part of the freak off files. Next thing you know, you slipping over baby oil and you kicking bottles of lubes over. But you just wanted to be a recording artist. You just wanted to be a performer, and now you slipping and sliding. The docket also reads, during and separate from freak-offs, Combs, among other things, hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims at times by their what? Huh? During the FOs, you was throwing objects and dragging victims by even during the tweak-offs? These assaults resulted in injuries that took days or weeks to heal? Then he threatened their careers and livelihoods if they resisted participating in the FOs? People that have careers are in the FOs and they're on tape as well. America hip-hop and the rap game, the music pop culture game is not going to be the same after this. That's a fact. Then it also says Combs also used sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating recordings that he made during FOs as collateral. Whoa. I don't know if y'all remember this. 10 years ago, 12 years ago, it would be those YouTube videos. Them YouTube videos, y'all know what we talking about? With the black and white checkered floor. And they have pictures of this person doing that. Y'all remember those videos that they took off YouTube? It literally sounds like this is what they were talking about. Let me know if you know, you know. But let's continue though. It then says when employees witnessed his abuse and others threatened Combs' authority or reputation, Combs and members of the enterprise engaged in acts of violence, man. And y'all listen, there's a part here where they start listing the controlled substances that Diddy and the enterprise had access to. These dudes was doing different types of drugs. They had access to a whole different echelon of controlled substances. They was hitting that bromo. Yeah, dead ass. Well, one of these things is called bromo 25, 4 bromo 25. And like, yo, how you get access to that? The molecular formula of this is C12H18BRNO. How the heck you get access to this benzene dimethoxybromo formula concoction? That's because this guy is connected using a completely different set of drugs. What average nigga you know hitting that bromo, dogs? You don't even know niggas that can hit that bromo. Like, y'all, this is some wild, paranormal almost. People never ever thought that this would happen. But a lot of those exposed videos, when you would hear, hey, they would get this guy on tape, and then when he wakes up, he's like, wait, you did that? You can't find those videos on YouTube anymore. But it literally sounds like these accusations. Now, America, this situation is going to get broken down for infinity. We once again see the rap game for what it is. Will any of our moguls escape? Will any mogul? It seemed like at this point the only person that made it out scotch-free was Hugh Hefner. I mean, even the black celebrities, the white celebrities, it's like they literally get built up to slide and slip all over the place. This situation is horrendous. Some of the information in this docket is preposterous and atrocious. America, where does Diddy go from here? Do y'all think he'll get bail? Y'all think he gonna eat cheese? Let me know if y'all deadass think he gonna eat the cheese. Cause if he doesn't yum cheese, then the rap game will officially not look the same. Look, how much of these rappers, R&B singers, superstars were at these FOs? And y'all heard it in the docket. Some of these people didn't even know what was going on. And then there were some of them that were at multiple levels in the FO empire that knew what was going on. America, this situation is a very unorthodox one. Diddy, very powerful, well-known person that also seemed to be in FOs. Because look, in the docket, they literally said that there was some people that had careers and livelihoods. I'm sure a lot of these people are people that we probably see every day. They could be rappers, actors, actresses, dietitians, other public figures. America, this situation is horrendous. This is horrible. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we're almost at 1,000. America, get live, get lit, get jiggy with us. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. America, it's Astrostetics. Let's get it. Yeah.